Georgia's statehood in form of kingdom dates back to thousands of years. But it was only on May 26, 1918, when the first Democratic Republic of Georgia was found. The chairman of the government of the first Democratic Republic of Georgia, our national hero, Mr. Noé Jordania, declared independence and adopted the first democratic constitution. Back in 1918, Georgia was among few countries in the world where elections were held by universal suffrage and gender equality was guaranteed. 6 women were elected at first legislative body of Georgian Democratic Republic. Mr. Noé Jordania stated in his words when he opened the first session, "Dear citizens, today you witness the historical, rare, and at the same time tragic moment. In this hall died one country and was born the new one." So our hero, Mr. Noé Jordania, used the word tragic because everybody in the hall knew that this movement was tragic and so risky, but they did it anyway. So, regrettably, the first Georgian Republic and its promising prospects lasted only 3 years. On the cold February day of 1921, Red Army invaded Georgia. Only in 1991, after the fall of the Soviet Union, Georgia managed to restore its independence. Today, Georgia stands strong, celebrating 101 year of the independence. Today, Georgia stands out as a country of vibrant democracy, old history, but modern and competitive look. Today, Georgia stands out in a historical, vivid crossroads between emerging and developing economies, between Central Asia and Southeastern Europe, standing as a bridge connecting countries and regions. Today we witness a surge in the interest to visit, explore the culture of Georgia, history, cuisine of the country, by many thousands of our fellows Americans who enjoy the opportunity to have Georgian restaurants in Philadelphia, places where they can enjoy with our culture. The ongoing support from the local government of Philadelphia, and I want to thank you, Mrs. Shayla Hess, again for this support and opportunity. They made this event possible. Just the desire to help the hatching community to grow stronger is worth appreciation, but taking a step forward and actually extending the hands of friendship to build the strength to become more active members of American community will be engraved in our hearts. And Georgian community will always be grateful for this thoughtful gift from City of Philadelphia to raise our flag in front of this historical building. City Hall acknowledged our back-breaking past, present, and brighter future. So, when speaking about supporters and distinguished members of our community, I would like to extend my gratitude towards co-hosts of this event, St. Grigol Peradze Georgian Cultural Center in State Pennsylvania. I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you again. I want to also organizers, please. It took me longer than I thought, but I have to thank them. There are many. They're in the reception hall, I guess. So I want to thank these people, these youngsters, because my role as a young ambassador, which was proudly given from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Georgia, they gave me opportunity to work with these people and bring build the bridges between American and Georgian youth. Also, I want to definitely thank our sponsors, Georgian Bakery and Cafe, and also New Georgian House. Thank you our fellow friends. If not their help, nothing could be happening. I want to thank those two people, Diana, Shane, Sandy. Those are the ones who gave me all the contacts, possibilities, everything. This is the moment. I'm so sorry my speech just went longer than I thought, but this is the moment when I can thank, okay? And I apologize for that. Thank you, both of you. Thank you. Also, I want to thank you, Mrs. Tamara Nadiradze, Rita, Proponenko. Thank you so much for joining from Georgia, bringing all the artwork, Georgian dresses, to make memorable day for everybody during the reception. Thank you all. Thank you for listening to me, and I thank you all for coming. And I just want to give floor, the stage, and opportunity to address the audience to His Excellency Mr. David Bakradze, and hereby I also want to thank Georgian Embassy to the United States, which is like, I don't know, their help is always like helping us Georgians, or also Consulate General from New York. They're always like helping everybody in no matter like in any state, helping to give the contacts and just build the bridges between the young people and not only. Thank you again for everyone for joining the event, and I'm giving floor to
my dear young colleague, thank you very much. I want to join our young ambassador in his words of gratitude. I'm really happy and honored to be here today. So, Congressman Boyle, our dear Bishop Saba, Ms. Haas, Consul General Diana Zrendi, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Georgians, the friends of Georgia, I'm really glad to be here. Flags have special meanings in Philadelphia, as they do in Georgia. In May 1776, the great George Washington and several other members of the Secret Committee of the Continental Congress came to the city to meet with a remarkable woman, Betsy Ross, who has entered indelibly into your history. Flags do more than just rally troops or lead parades. They define nation, they give spirit to its citizens, they become part of the narrative of hope, of struggle, of sacrifice, of endurance. Make me a flag, General Washington asked Betsy Ross. That was in May 1776. And in the following month, July 1776, America's Declaration of Independence was introduced to the world. A new nation was born. And the flag became the symbol of the hopes and dreams of the new nation then, and it retains this vibrancy today for millions around the world who have breathed the air of freedom. Georgia's flag, too, symbolizes the hope and aspirations, the experience, the struggles, and yes, the victory of freedom over forces intended to deny us freedom. As most of you know, Georgia is an old, ancient nation with a unique culture and language. We have been occupied and subordinated to larger powers around Georgia many times over many centuries. But ultimately we triumphed over all obstacles other powers put on our pathway to slow us down, to subdue us, or to make us something else. A lot of American spirit resides in Georgians, or perhaps I should say that a lot of Georgian spirit resides in Americans. It is not a historic accident. I am convinced that when America seeks allies from among those who have benefited so much from America, Georgia is first to sign on the line. The Georgians honor our shoulder-to-shoulder service with our American brothers and sisters in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, where we fought together, and where our fallen heroes belong to all of us. I'm very proud that today Lieutenant Kavtaradze will have this honor to raise this flag of Georgia in front of this historic building. And where our flags have fallen side by side as a message to the world that freedom cannot be denied and independence cannot be postponed. In 2 days, we will be celebrating Georgia's Independence Day. This year, we celebrate 10 years of the establishment of Georgia's Apostolic Orthodox Church in North America, in Philadelphia specifically. In these celebrations, we gather here today to raise our flag, the flag of Georgian nation, in the city of flags, Philadelphia. Georgians love Philadelphia, and many are here as students, as workers, as executives in your global businesses, and as new Americans. Georgian Americans now join the millions from states, nations, cultures around the world who share in the wonder of America. And the wonder of America, it cannot be said enough, is the wonder of its diverse people. The flag we raise today for Georgia is to commemorate our hard-won independence. It is for Georgians everywhere, in the mountains, in the valleys of this beautiful country, across the world, in startups, in companies, in labs, on the farms, vineyards of distant countries, and here in Philadelphia, at the epicenter of America's fight for freedom. We salute you all, while we remind you that the flag ascending this pole today represents how our two nations are bound and our histories are entwined. Dear compatriots, I'm really looking forward to this celebration today. I want to thank you all for joining us, for making this happen. I want to say that there are many, many more events to come. With Congress and both together, we plan to organize some more gatherings, as our young ambassador has mentioned, to cross the bridges, to shake hands, and to celebrate our diversity together. Thank you very much.
Now I'm thrilled to welcome our honorable guest, Congressman Mr. Brandon Boyle. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It is an honor to be here on such a historic day. The first ever flag raising of the Georgian flag here in Philadelphia at City Hall. Thank you to the young people from the Georgian American community who helped make this a reality. I thank my good friend, the ambassador, as well as the consul general, the support of our local government here, represented by the wonderful Sheila Hess, and to all of you who are gathered. One of the things that I'm very proud of is to represent in Philadelphia, and especially in Northeast Philadelphia, one of the largest constituencies of Georgian Americans anywhere in the United States. It's something I'm quite proud of. Literally, in my own neighborhood in Northeast Philadelphia, I drive down the street and I see 2 Georgian restaurants. So Georgia is on my mind every time that I'm back home. I also, as someone who's been a member of Congress now for the past 5 years, but also as someone who has recently been appointed by the Speaker of the House to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, let me be crystal clear. The United States completely stands with Georgia to defend its right of sovereignty. It is fitting that we're gathering here in Philadelphia, which was the capital of America during the early part of our nation's history. Everyone, I think, here knows about 1776 and about the American Revolution and War of Independence. What gets sometimes less attention is about 25, 30 years later, we had to fight what was what has been nicknamed the Second War of Independence, or sometimes called the War of 1812, when Britain attempted to recapture its lost colonies and snuff out American independence. Georgia, in many ways, is going through today a very similar experience. But I have no doubt that just as the United States was able to not just win its independence, but then decades later reassert it and never have that independence and sovereignty challenged again, so too will that be the reality for Georgia. I have absolutely no doubt. And the United States must stand with our European allies, with all of the NATO countries, but all of our European allies that want to be free members of the world, free members of our Western world, to build a society in which we are able to contribute to one another's countries, in which we're able to learn from one another. I stand here as a member of Congress, but I'm also the son of an immigrant. My father came to America, came to Philadelphia when he was 19 years old. It will be exactly 50 years ago next March, just a couple days before St. Patrick's Day, 1970. And now he has a son in Congress, and another son who's in the state legislature. In many ways, that is the American experience. That is the rich and vibrant country that Georgians have now come to, and are, just like so many waves of immigrants before them, contributing to and making America better. So I stand here as a proud representative from a large Georgian American neighborhood, a large Georgian American city, proud to stand with you and look forward to standing here with you at many future Georgia flag raisings to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman, for your speech. Thank you. Now I'm pleased to welcome Philadelphia City Representative, Mrs. Shayla Hess. Please join. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day here in the city of Philadelphia. We are a city of firsts, and this is a first for us to have all of you Georgian community here in front of City Hall for a very, very special flag raising. So as you just heard, I am Sheila Hess, and I am honored and proud to serve as city representative on behalf of Mayor Jim Kenney, who could not be here, but we wanted to show our support and admiration for our city's Georgian American community. And I want to take this moment also to acknowledge the local Georgian community leaders and all of our fellow dignitaries who are here today. So the Ambassador of Georgia, thank you so much. Congressman, our friend Boyle, Bishop, Georgian Army officer, thank you so much. And our host, thank you for inviting me to be here. I appreciate it. The young Ambassador of Georgia, Tato. So just yesterday, the city of Philadelphia, we celebrated our 4th annual World Heritage Day event. Now that recognizes the 4th anniversary of our beloved city becoming the first World Heritage City in the nation. Another first for us that we are super proud to have that designation. We're also enormously proud that the distinction and the overall diversity and cultural vibrancy of our population, as you heard Congressman Boyle mention, and we encourage all of our residents to never lose sight of their cultural identity and to always embrace the opportunities to teach and share this very important piece of themselves with the fellow Philadelphians. So Philadelphia, as we all know, is also where the ideals of our new country were first conceived, and as the birthplace of the modern-day democracy, we serve as an inspiration for others around the world who seek the same freedom that we all get to enjoy. So as the flag of Georgia will soar in the sky for all Philadelphians to see, it is a remarkable reminder of the power of a nation's independence and how privileged we all are that we can live freely. So thank you so much to everyone who organized today's special event. Now it is my pleasure to present an official proclamation on behalf of Mayor Kenney to officially proclaim today Georgian Independence Day throughout the entire city of Philadelphia. It says, I'm just going to read an excerpt of it, and it says, the city of Philadelphia is so proud to be the home of choice for many of the descent from the country of Georgia. And today, Friday, May 24th of 2019, the local Georgian community in our city will celebrate its 101st anniversary of independence with this special ceremony and flag raising right here at City Hall. This is a meaningful day for all Philadelphians because we get to learn about and we get to celebrate this important segment of our population and overall culture. Therefore, I, James F. Kenney, Mayor of the City of Philadelphia, do hereby proclaim that today, May 24th of 2019, to be Georgian Independence Day in Philadelphia, and we urge all residents to honor the significant contributions of our city's American community to our culture, economy, and overall vibrancy. Signed by Mayor James F. Kenney. I want to wish all of you a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend, and I also want to thank the Office of City Representative and the Office of Immigrant Affairs who are able to produce different flag raisings throughout the year to celebrate the many cultures in our city that we get to proudly display their flags here as well. So congratulations on your first official flag raising in the city. Thank you.
Okay, so before we move on, I just saw Mr. Graham here. So I apologize if I pronounce the name of the college that you represent. It's Brian Ethan. Okay, Brian Ethan. Okay, Brian Ethan. Yeah, college choral who gonna sing Georgian song for us. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Joining. Thank you. So now I just want to give the stage to Consular General Mrs. Diana Zhendip, who gonna address the audience. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Tato. Thank you so much for organizing such a wonderful event. Your Excellency, dear Congressman, representative of the Mayor, thank you so much for this wonderful present to the Georgians and Georgians community. A lot of inspiring words have been said, so I won't take too much your time. And I want to congratulate you with the Independence Day of Georgia, and this is the special day for all Georgians, and especially for those who are far away from their country. I will just address in my own Georgian. Ezdre tkvenia, ezdre chemia, ezdre chvenia.
Now I want to welcome Your Excellency, Father Bishop Sabainsky-Veli, and also where's my wife? Salome, my beautiful wife, who is my PR and advertising manager, and she does all the work. Thank you.
ბატონებო და ქალბატონებო, მოგესალმებით და გილოცავთ საქართველოს დამოუკიდებლობის დღეს.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you and congratulate the Independence Day of Georgia.
მართლაც რომ ისტორიული დღეა დღეს ჩვენთვის.
It is a historical day for us.
და იმედი მაქვს ეს დღე არის პირველი, მაგრამ არა ბოლო, არამედ გაგრძელდება და ყოველ წელს ჩვენ აქ შევიკრიბებით იმისთვის, რომ გამტკიცდეს ჩვენი ორი ქვეყნის, საქართველოსა და ამერიკის მეგობრობა და ერთობა.
I know it's the first day, but I'm hoping it's not going to be the last, and we're going to come here again during the years and celebrate the ongoing friendship with the United States.
ეს დღე არის მნიშვნელოვანი ისე როგორც ჩვენი ბავშვებისთვის, ასევე ჩვენი ურთიერთობებისთვის.
This day is very important for not only for our children but also for our relationships.
რომ ჩვენმა შვილებმა მომავალმა თაობამ არ დაივიწყოს საქართველოს თუ რა გზა გამოიარა ჩვენმა ქვეყანამ და რამდენად მნიშვნელოვანია ჩვენი ქვეყნისთვის თავისუფლება.
This is a very important day for Georgian children, so they can remember what about the past that the Georgian went through to gain the freedom.
მადლობა მინდა უთხრა ამ დღის ორგანიზატორებს, განსაკუთრებულად ფილადელფიის მერიას.
I want to thank the organizers of this event and especially the mayor of the Philadelphia.
ბატონ ტატოს და თვითეულ თქვენთაგანს.
I want to thank Mr. Tato and Isha and every one of you.
God bless United States, God bless Georgia.
Now I'm honored to welcome our officer, First Lieutenant George Kaftaradze. Thank you for coming from far state Arizona and joining our event. Please.
Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, until I will start my speech, please take a minute of silence for our civil and military personnel who have died in the fight for unity and international missions. Thank you. Hello and welcome to everyone on this 101st anniversary of Georgia's independence. Today is a very important day for us to celebrate this great holiday. On May 26, 1918, the first Democratic Republic of Georgia was established, which laid the foundation for our modern state, its order, laws, existence and culture. The day was a long-awaited step by dignified national heroes of our country, a move that had been the pride of Georgia for several centuries of unjust power. This move brought us back to our home, Europe. The state structures of the newly established Democratic Republic developed a tireless work that was based on dignity, honesty, and freedom. During this time, Georgia endured a lot of struggle and self-sacrifice. That is the voice when you hear flag blowing. It's the voice of the great hero of our great essences. Mazniashvili, Kunitadze, Koti Abkhazi, Andronikashvili, Kakutsa Cholokhashvili. The junkers fallen in Tabakhmela, Maru Makashvili, heroes fallen in Abkhazia and Tskhinvali, 70 heroes fallen in Shindisi, hero Georgi Anzokhelidze, Archil Tatunashvili, Giga Otkozoria, and many heroes, voices of rightness, who preferred liberty over slavery. They did not bow to the tyranny of Russia, which is aimed at weakening our country. They sacrificed their lives for our country's unity and security, for freedom and prosperity of Georgia. 20% of my country is occupied by Russia. A creeping annexion still continues. We are all soldiers, and Georgian soldiers will never tolerate the values and principles of this country. Georgia will never betray the heroes' day of freedom, dignity and loyalty. It will be the time for a celebration of justice. As the 12th century Georgian poet Shota Rustaveli in his poem says, "The kind man won over the evil. God gives him long life to live again." I want to thank the United States for supporting the difficult role. The share common values as way of life, inclusivity, tolerance, diversity, respect of the rule of law, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and USA has made a great contribution to the transformation of Georgia's democracy as well as in defense reforms. The US is strategic partner of Georgia and the #1 name in terms of military and defense. We carry out joint training exercises for our country's defense capability. Our defense forces have been taking part in international missions for many years already together. We are contributing to the security of these regions. U.S. strategic partnership and defense support are an important factor for the country's democracy and sovereignty. Thank you again for the support of the day. It's an honor to live in the service of your country and its people. By your side, your gratitude. Thank you very much. God bless our countries. დიდება გმირებს, ვემსახურებით საერთაშორისო უსაფრთხოებას, ვემსახურებით საქართველოს.
Thank you so much for this memorable speech. Thank you so much again for joining. Now I want to welcome our lovely Nini Tsiklauri, who just came up that she is always joining all the events and singing US and Georgian anthems. And today we have a pleasure that she will do the same for us. Thank you so much for coming from New York and joining our event. First we will have a US anthem, and please get ready.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what the prairie we had and the twilight's last gleaming over stripes and bright stars on the perilous high while the ramparts we was and the gallantly stream and the rock and red glare, the bombs bursting in there, rather than night of a flying or sea there, no scent of the star-spangled banner and the way, and the land of the free, and the home, the brave.
I just want to ask. No? Okay, gotcha. Now, Georgian anthem.
Dia sam shoblo sahatem teli kwegana gana te bulin tabali tinagali agmertana tavi souffle badreschweni mama va sumresti debas sis Christmas clavi amodis da ors vashu abtrindeba da di deba tavi suplebas di deba.
Now we can move to the next young people, let's say, like they are the future of our country, and not only the future of this country, United States. And they are youngsters from Georgian Cultural Center who they will be performing Georgian national dances, which is described as a celebration of life and presents Georgia's rich and diverse culture. Each dance portrays the characteristics of the region in which it was originated. The mountain dances are different from lowland dances. Each Georgian dance has its meaning and a history. So let's welcome our young people from Georgia and also United States, Georgian Americans. So can we just, I would say, give them opportunity to dance behind you, all of you. Can we just take a little bit place?
Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Can we move back? So I know it's a crazy idea, but we cannot live without confusion, right? So can we maybe somehow together, like on this point, it's going to be like so far, but also we say Georgian words instead of like cheese, hachapuri, okay? No, hachapuri, okay? So let's gather. Please, everybody, join. Dear fellow organizers, I like your outfit, girl. So I'm going to you are taller than everybody. So let's do the group, okay? And singers, please. Singers, you go first.
ვიღაცას ერთი ცალი
Never drink in my life. Never drink in my life. Never. Really? When I was in Georgia so many times, once I never drink. Shame on you. You lost the Liverpool. Wine make. Now you cannot drink never drink. Wine make.
Romeci აბა
Thank you very much. It smells amazing.
Is the wine?
With the wine, okay.
Я говорю, если бы у меня фамилия была Видали, я бы выиграл.
So, before we move to the next song, officer of the First Lieutenant George Paparazzi has some gifts for distinguished guests.
It's actually good, so I'll split it.
Can we have Mrs. Sheila?
But go ahead. You're welcome. Cherry over there that has a benefit. You cherry that one here.
It turns out that the third one is for me. Before another gift arrives for City of Philadelphia, which is so valuable and historical gift. That's gonna, I think, Sheila is gonna find a good place in the City of Philadelphia to be evaluated to the public. Before we move on, I just wanted to invite young Georgian artists, painters. Now, give your eyes. Let's do the gift first.
Seus chodź sam się w końcu będzie podzwaka co na oszule, co na oszule. Może by było czasu powiedzieć. Ale nie wiem. Zaraz სკოლა სადაც არის?
Not small gifts because it's handmade and there is used gold and silver. Okay, so it's handmade, it's so valuable, and I personally take responsibility to help these young